Test, test, test. Test, test, test. Audio jungle. Audio good. Audio jungle. Audio padabro. Padabadi badabada. Is my audio good? It feels slow. You know, I feel like my background music might be a bit too loud. I'm gonna adjust the background music. Give me a moment. There we go. Hello, Alexander. How are you? Okay, actually, this might be a bit too slow. Let me just bump it up a bit. There we go. How you doing? I have no idea how good background music is supposed to be. It's apparently. It's a good morning. Might go back to sleep in a bit, but you're washing dishes. Nice. How am I? Well, I just went to lunch. Well, earlier I went for lunch with my family, and it's like I can't think of a comparison, but it's kind of one of those like self-grilling buffets where there's like a grill at the top, a kind of a grill at the top essentially, and like soup all around, and you can go get ingredients and then you can like just drop it on the cooking area and you cook and you eat. It's pretty good. I am still full from that, and it's already like 9 p.m. So I had a very light dinner. Okay. Hope your day's been doing fine. Sounds like it's about to sounds like you just finished breakfast. I am going to... Hold on, I'm going to start my game first. Almost like a KBBQ. Yeah, you know what? That is not wrong. That is entirely not wrong. I'm pretty sure it is KBBQ. Let me start the game. Last we left off in the game, which is the Save the Villainess. Continuing from the demo experience. Yeah? Wait, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh yeah, we finally found out the name of this Save the Villainess. Oh, by the way, if you type 6 a.m. You woke up at 3:30 a.m. to watch a movie? Jeez, damn. What movie it is? Must be pretty good. Either that or it's a horror game, a horror movie. Alright. Game is open. Game audio is also on. Let's swap, shall we? There we go. Oh yeah, there is this menu in the front. Charming little menu. So, for context, for those who aren't here yesterday, the game we're playing is called Save the Villainess. The full title is Save the... Oh, there's an opening. You know what? Let's listen to it again as I describe what the story is about. So, Save the Villainess. The full title is Save the Villainess, an otome isekai role-playing game. So, from what I was able to gather yesterday, it's basically a little bit... It's like a visual novel mixed with romance as a primary... romance and a bit of detective work. And we finally find out our villainess's name. And she is called Jane Neville. And there's a lot of unsettling vibes so far. Nothing scary, nothing particularly terrifying yet. But it is it does very unsettling moments. Well, not very. I wouldn't say very just yet, but it does set up the unsettling vibes at the start. If you want to see more links, information about the game, I've put the text here. You can see the text below here. If you type if you type !HGF game, it'll give the link it'll provide the link in the chat to go to where the game is. So let's do an example demo. GF game. There we go. Alright. High Tide was the name of the movie. It was good. You went to sleep early yesterday, and when you woke up, you decided to watch it because your friend loved it. But waking up at 3:30, waking up that early just to watch a movie is wild. It was pretty good. What's High Tide about? What's High Tide about? Is it like an action, or is it like a, as the anime genre would call it, a slice of life, coming of age kind of deal? Honestly, props to whoever does the song. Hold on. Once the song's finished, I want to go to the credits and see who does the music for the, who does the music for the opening. Because it is really good. Where can I find the OST? Now, when it comes to the question of who I will romance, right? I have no idea. We haven't bumped into anyone yet. We're still like learning things about the world and the world surrounding our villainess. So I can't really say who. Quick impressions. I don't know. The slice of life LGBTQ, learning how to come into your own eyes. See. Aww. Slice of life. It is one of those. What's the word I'm looking for? Yeah. I kind of enjoy slice of life shows. Because like, it's one of those calming shows that you can watch whenever, and they're like much more close to home typically, not always, but like typically close to home, and it's all that. Oh, hold on, I want to see, is it extras? I think there's the credits. Okay, written and edited program by Backseating Productions. So yeah, this is the publisher. So far from playing the intro, it is intriguing. Can I scroll further? I want to see who made the music. Please. User interface and graphic design, please. Backseating Plan Production. Oh, there we go. Theme song by Junebug P. Alright, I gotta remember that. Junebug P. Vocals by Junebug? Saki Rose. Oh, damn. Hold on, I'm gonna screenshot that because I'm curious about what other works they have done. So, screenshot. Alright, now we go back to the story. Why is there the truth? I don't want to click on this just yet, because this feels like I'm about to spoil myself. So, yeah. So far, it seems Chapter 2 is still in the common route, as they would describe it. I don't know how far the demo goes. There is a good chance that somehow the demo ends like 10 minutes after this. In which case, then I'll play a different game immediately. But, we'll see. Well, maybe not play immediately, but like we'll browse some games. So yeah, Common Route Part 2. Let's go. I am loading, right? There we go. Whoa. What in the... Oh, I can't rewind back from there. Never mind. What in the name of bad romance authors was that? I sound really... I definitely am giving her a different voice, but oh well. I think I just barely survived a potential murder attempt from my silent carriage driver. Was that murder attempt connected to my dream? My dream that I became the villainess in a terrible romance novel that I do not remember reading? Oh yeah, so far our whole experience has just been inside this carriage and just figuring out why our character is quite disheveled. Yeah, this is the name so far, at least as far as we know. Gina. That would explain why I am a rag-covered amnesiac who has a strong understanding of guillotines. Obviously, a brilliant woman like me would normally play the role of the heroine, but someone must have decided that the villainess could use my investigative genius. The way she says it, right, feels like she was previously like a detective of sorts. Or like someone who's very intellectual in her past life before she got transported here. What if we'll actually learn more about her? Like what she previously was and how her previous life was. This all means that I am currently trapped in the body of Lady Jane Neville, A woman whose name has evil written right into God. Wonderful. So if I want to survive, I must use my investigative genius to determine who wants to get rid of Lady Jane. Is everybody an answer? However, if that dream is true, then Lady Jane was mostly loathed by the heroine and Lady Jane's fiancé for being in the way of their romance. I call for exile. Based on that dream. Hold on. Just to make sure, does the audio sound good on your guys' end? Because apparently early on they did quickly give like early on previous stream they did give an early notice that says like if I'm streaming on YouTube as well, probably want to like mute the game or like mute the music. But at the same time, I feel like I prefer to have a little bit of vibes just to see what vibes they want to set it. So like if you can hear it decently below my voice and the sound effects, that would be good. Based on that dream, Lady Jane's fiancé obviously wanted her to die miserably in exile, only to have his plans foiled by a patron who broke Lady Jane out of prison. You don't hear anything? Alright, hold on. Really now? Is the game muted? Hold on. Where is... It is possible... Wait, actually the game is at 41% music and 56% sound. Maybe I could just push this up. Hold on, I'll go to the audio sources and I'll select it. Let's choose. There we go. Can you hear it now? Do you hear the sounds? Do you hear like weird horsey sounds? If you don't, I'm gonna have to bump it up even higher. Like if we go settings, maybe I'll just bump the sound volume to 80 and music volume maybe 57. Now there's no music right now, so I can't really test it. I'll keep it at 45 for now. There. Let me know if the audio sounds good. Thumbs up. Alright. Based on that dream, Lady Jane's fiancé obviously wanted her to die miserably in exile, only to have his plans foiled by a patron who broke Lady Jane out of prison. Who are these people? How could a high-ranking noblewoman like Lady Jane Neville be imprisoned for bullying in the first place? Yeah, so the basic premise of the story in-game, at least, the story in-game is, it's the classic, peasant woman, is that how you describe it? I'm not sure. But like a peasant fell in love with like a high-ranking nobleman, but the nobleman was already engaged with Jane Neville, we should see here. But then, because Jane is the villainess in the story, she does villainous things, or at least mild, or at least quite annoying for the most general people, you know, like the classic evil, high-ranking people, like, you there, you do your bad job, how dare, blah, 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 like berate and all that, as far, at least, that's how I assume it. And then she got, like, into court trial, because I guess she went over the line at some point. And finally, she got exiled. And now this is sometime after the exile. Not sure when, though. But at the very least, you know, yeah, that's the premise of the story. Who cares? The important thing is that I find a way to survive this bad romance. Oh god, no. Music in my brain. You know what happens to Jane? She got caught in a bad romance. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Caught in a bad romance. Once I remember who my allies and enemies are. Serene. I am serene. I am much smarter and better looking than any terrible writer of adulterous romances. I am now Lady Jane Neville, and I will stop any murderous fiancé with both subtlety and my knowledge of bad romance novels. I just need to get out of this carriage first. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, come on, not the unsettling music again. I did not mean that I wanted to leave that quickly. Am I meant to leave here? Surely the driver cannot behave that suspiciously a second time. This already happened once, and there's like weird vibey things appear here, but we can't really see whatever else. I have so enjoyed our conversations, Mr. Driver. I will miss them wherever it is I am going. Please, please, I don't want to see what the driver looks like. Scary. Although I am curious what Mr. Driver looks like. But I don't want to look at it. Because I'm scared. But I'm curious. Oh, never mind. Why are we walking in the middle of nowhere? Are we gonna take a like pee break or something? We are at a bush. Psh. Somehow this view is even less appealing than it was when I saw it through the window. Waving through the window. Okay, I'll stop. Why is there a door? I'm scared. Wait! Wait, why are we left? What? Are you planning to leave me here? Wherever here is? What am I meant to do now? Hope for enlightenment? Fine then. Let there be light. Oh, hello. No. Why, damn. Quite the welcome we have here. They even lit it up very patternly. Why is it so terrifying? They're just lighting up the house. Oh, look at that, a crow. Whee! Well, that was not at all ominous. This place is not at all suspicious or murderous. I wonder if our rescuer is actually the person trying to kill us. They just rescue us because they want to commit the execution themselves instead of leaving us to rot. Like, they feel like that's not a fair enough punishment for us, for Jane. Alright, we'll figure it out. What next? Will the dead now call for me? God dang it. Come closer. Okay, please don't open the door like boom. God. What did I just say? What did I just say? Hello, person. Very sleek. Very butlery. Servant-like. Oh, look at that. That's moving. Hello there. How are you doing? I'm a bit lost. I've been dropped here randomly. Ah, that is much better. I have been waiting for you, Lady Jane Neville. I do wonder who are the options. I know definitely there's going to be the first three. I'm curious if the servant is an option. Welcome to the house. So that confirms that the dream was real. I am trapped in the body of a villainess with an amazing hair and poor taste in men. It is reassuring to know that someone in this story is both polite and willing to not instantly murder me. Yet if I am currently this story's villainess, how much can I truly trust this person? I have 1,000 questions to go along with my new name, but I cannot afford to ask any questions unless I am very careful. I must be clever, calm, and in control. I must find the perfect way to respond to this servant's welcome. This is a lovely house. Do people often survive the night here? Yes, for certain definitions of survive. Mr. Servant, sir, that does not sound very comforting at all. Not in the slightest bit. Not even in the sense of like, well, possible, maybe in the slightest chance I might not survive. This just sounds like, well, nah, you could die. Dying is not an insignificant possibility. But you can live. That is very comforting. If by comforting I mean afraid this is yet another person out to murder me for Lady Jane's past villainy. Maybe I should see if I can suddenly learn their identity. I assume we will be spending some time together. What should I call you that will not make you want to murder me? I am they who serves, I see. I assume you do not want me to call for they who serves when I am trying to survive the night here? If you are unable to translate serve into a name, servant will serve both of us. Servant it is. Maybe clever is an impossible goal for me right now. So instead I should say something that sounds like I am a perfectly normal non-villainess who knows how to not be suspicious. Maybe that should have done that earlier, but you know what? The earlier we do it, the better. Better late than never. If this person is dressed as a servant, and I am supposed to be a noble lady, I should say... Oh. Hello, Pidge. How you doing? Hope you enjoy your time here. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Yeah. Currently playing a Save the Villainess. Pretty good, pretty intriguing game so far, if I do say so myself. So, okay, let's get into a non-villainess's brain. All right, she is right now trying to avoid getting murdered. Once she's trying to avoid getting murdered, she is also bumping into a servant, and she doesn't want to act too suspicious. So what should I say? Time is too important to waste, or am I allowed to rest? Also, this means it's a romance, it's a love affecting option, which is very interesting. The fact that this is it. Which one is more important? Time is too important to rest. Blah, blah, I can't speak. How you doing today, Pidge? If you want to try to get... yeah, wait, hold on. Let me rewind. This game is called Save the Isekai. Save the Isekai? Save the Villainess. And if you want to try to get more... If you want to go to the link... You ready for it? You know, understandable. Can definitely relate. But yeah, if you want to go and see what this game... For yourself on Steam... You can just type this... !HGF game... you can see below here, and then it'll pop up in the chat the link to go to the game on Steam. Also, Alexander A. Indeed. Well, let's see. I am tired. I also don't want to die. And time wasting is time wasting. I think... Am I allowed to rest feels so... I feel like am I allowed to rest feels a lot like, oh, am I allowed to rest? Like, I'm very being sarcastic, a bit too sarcastic. I think time is too important to waste is a much more reasonable response. Am I allowed to rest feels like I'm being very annoying in this sentence. Time is too important to waste. Time is too important to waste. So far, I have not been murdered. I would like to continue surviving by asking smart questions and being led to a safe bed. I look forward to you providing me with both answers and pillows. I admire your commitment to knowledge and pillows. Why, thank you, servants. Indeed, so far their name is just servant, and that's pretty much it. Who knows what their actual name is? Of course, one of these things is more likely to strangle you in your sleep. Knowledge, you mean? You can get strangled by knowledge. Oh, well, we can get killed by having knowledge. That is indeed one way. My pillows will strangle me in my sleep? Gasp! Not if you have sufficient knowledge. Oh wait, okay, hold on, server. I'm confused. Are you trying to say that knowledge will kill me or pillows will kill me? Servant, you're being very confusing right now. You're not a very good servant, are you? Then I will not let myself be defeated. I will find the information I need. I will spend all night grappling with it, if necessary. No matter how hard, no matter how long, I will succeed. Indeed, that is in fact what she said. YouTube always, I just find it amusing that YouTube just keeps like, whoa. I feel like, you know what I think, right? You know what I think? I feel like whenever YouTube refreshes like that, something happens on YouTube that kind of like fucks it all over. Can someone confirm it? It's very weird. That like that's the weird thing, right? Only YouTube chat always seems to like have that weird like whoa moment. You can occasionally see it sometimes, but like whoa moment. I feel like whenever that happens, something is going on at the YouTube live stream end, and it's like kind of like fucks it over or something. I don't know. I believe in your stamina, my lady. Should you work up an appetite, I am happy to serve. Hon hon. Wink wink. Nudge nudge. After all, you've heard about other YouTube streams do that. Interesting. What happens? I am curious what happens when that happens. Like, is YouTube just like having to refresh and everyone's YouTube is like crashing out a bit and having to refresh their own page or something? I don't know. It's just very amusing that YouTube chat is the only one that like randomly woo, just, you know, everything's chill, nothing happens, there's no one talking in chat, and then suddenly just YouTube chat being all like wow, it has the zoomies. After all, I admire someone who can handle difficulties that are both long and hard. Wink wink, nudge nudge. I don't have you know what? That's close enough. Wink wink, nudge nudge. Long and hard, you say, servants. There we go. Also, I have a clip button that I connected with like a chat clip. So sometimes maybe I should just remove that command. Hold on. 5-minute break, chat. 5-minute temporary changing of my actions. Or maybe not. I am confused. Never mind. You know what? It's fine. Occasionally having my thingamajig here be there is fine. YouTube chat is wild. Indeed. I don't know. It's like, you know, everyone's chilling. It's like, so I have a cat, right? Well, technically both houses. I'm currently not living with my parents, but like back when at my parents' house we do have a cat. Even now, actually, we still have a cat. That 90% of the time is pretty chill. And then suddenly everyone's just, but during a time where everyone's just like sitting, just doing nothing, Suddenly, zoom. You know, the classic cat zoomies. And then like running around, and then suddenly like, all of a sudden it just stops. Like boom. Cats are wild that way. Anyway, back to long and hard things. This servant is well too long and hard. Hey yo. Jigger, hold on. I have something for that. Actually, also. Oh my god, I have the perfect button. I have the perfect sound for this. Alex, what do you mean by... What does the servant mean by long and hard? I'm unsure if you are just being mysterious or if you're trying to delay before we enter the manor. Time is a terrible thing to waste. Shall we proceed? Let us see this charming house. I hope that it and you will meet all my needs. Whoa, Jay, you're being far too forward there, Jay. I hope that we will both provide all that you desire. Welcome, Lady Jane. May you find what you seek. After you. Is it time to enter the house? It's time to enter the house. Whoa, look at that. Very dynamic. Whoa, we're moving. What is this? Oh, we're in the house. Hold on, wasn't the lights on just now? Why is it suddenly all so dark? Turn on the lights, man. You spent all that time with theatrics to turn on the lights at opposing ends of the building slowly in like an S pattern towards the center, and yet you didn't turn on the lights in the main hall? Bish posh. The power went out. I see. If you check the breakers, if you check like the security electric box, you'll find wind. If nothing else, right? The music, the OST, and the theme song of this game is so great. I'll definitely get. I want blah 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 blah. There, it's great. Can you hear the music? I hope you can hear the music. Honestly. Ooh, blah blah blah. Okay. Like every time before you start playing the game, the opening plays, which is fun. Well, the house does look fancy and very poor and clean. That model movie? Yeah, my model's movie. I thought it was Frozen. Never mind. So ominous. Why are fans? Why is it that stories always have fancy doors that? Why are their fancy doors always like grinding into the ground? Like it makes things so much more ominous than it needs to. Probably needs oil. Damn servant. Where's your job? Have you done your task in maintenance yet, servant? You gotta oil the doors, man. You gotta oil the hinges, the doors. You know, make sure it's smooth and like doesn't make any noise. Granted, if it does make noise, it does mean that I would know if someone was about to kill me, right? You startle me. People come and go so quickly around here. People come and go as they must. Whether it is fast or slow is a matter of perspective. Smooth operator. She's a smooth operator. Anyway. Oh! We can move the cameras. Holy shit. Holy shit. Whoa. 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 Ooh. Sadly, we can't see the feet. But like close enough. Whoa. Look at that. I'm a smooth operator. Very smooth. Seriously, it feels very... It definitely moves very quickly. Ooh. So if I'm up here, I see all the way up to the head. And if I go down... Oh, it's very much... We'll just play like this. We don't even see their faces. Like, yeah, no, it's fine. We're just seeing the bodies and that's it. That's pretty much fine. This is like... Pidge. Pidge. Is this your perspective in life? Oh shit. Oh shit. I'm happy. Yes, I am happy. Alright, we go back to the game now. We're back to the game. Alright, anywho. Okay. People. Have I pressed the button? Hold on. There we go. People come and go as they must. Whether it is fast or slow is a matter of perspective. Stop right there, criminal scum. Oi oi. Have you noticed yet that your perspective is not the same? Indeed, I can see everything. Really. Oh, is this what the detective thingamajig? You know what it's... you know what it's like talking to someone who's younger and more than a foot taller? Actually, I can relate. Well, maybe not a foot taller. I can definitely relate to talking to someone who's younger and taller. But like, not a foot taller. So like, do enlighten. Alright. Have you noticed yet that your perspective is not the same? Of course you have not. Let me try to simplify things. Woo! This is Jane. Indeed, this is Jane. If you move, Jane will move too. See Jane move. How do I move? Whee! Is this what you call by moving? There will be moments where the perspective changes, and you will be able to see everything, see things more clearly. Am I supposed to be able to see something right now? Should you look around, you will be able to discover things that might have been hidden. Or not. Like the chest here. If there are voices blocking what you can see, you can hide them from view. Ah, so that's the button that I was supposed to be finding out. I see. You can hide them from view while you explore. Well, so far there's nothing. Pay attention. Find what is hidden. But above all else, save the villainess. The amount of times the save the villainess sign pops up really feels like a game show at this point. What am I supposed to see? I'm curious. I'm trying to find out what am I supposed to see. So far there is nothing. Maybe that. Or maybe the neck. The neck here is very shiny. Oh! Axolotl! Mr. Axolotl! Mr. Axolotl, what are you doing, Mr. Axolotl? Hey, Mr. Axolotl, you have so many teeth. Mr. Axolotl, what are you doing? What are you doing, Mr. Axolotl? Am I supposed to be clicking you or something? Whee! Oh, there he goes. Yes. Speed is obviously something that can only be measured by feelings. Much like time. What am I supposed to? I'm trying to. I really am trying to figure out what I'm supposed to see here, or if there is nothing at all, or if that little axolotl guy is just saying like, okay, this is a hint of what you can be finding. Things will be moving in the. Oh shit! Things are moving on in the background as I try to find out things. Oh no, that's gonna be terrible. Obviously, I will not be speeding to my bedroom to rest if I cannot stop going around in circles, both literally and figuratively. So what can I say to move things forward? So this is the house. The house? Look, I can't help. Now that they give me this ability, you're just gonna see the characters moving up and down like this. Because I like, okay, wait, what's moving in the background? What's here? What's present? As you can see, my lady, there are no other houses. Therefore, this is the house. Certainly, everything about this situation is perfectly logical. However, why is the house alone? Can you tell me something useful? Yeah, this feels very... So far, it's a sentence like, this feels like understandable, but very demanding. This feels very demanding. Can you tell me something useful, please? Why is the house alone? Why is the house alone? Is it shy? Did the other houses vanish into the fog? These are all excellent ideas, my lady. None of them are correct, but the ideas are excellent. Hey, don't judge my intellect. Ideas are priceless here, my lady. Should you keep several spare ideas at all times, you will be well rewarded. Now that, you know, it went from being like, you know, oh, I get it, it's a joke, to just being very, very, like, it sounds very mean there. You're sounding quite mean there, servant. Like, very sarcastic, pedantic. I don't know what word I'm looking for, but it's one of those. I have no idea what I know or do not know at this point. I need to find some information that will help me stay safe while living as Lady Jane Neville. I also need to find a way to earn the servants' trust so that they will support me against my murderous former fiancé. Maybe subtle flattery might help convince them to support me. This is a very lovely house that obviously does not always kill people under mysterious circumstances. No, look. Okay, nothing. Yes, as I have said as much, I wish more people would appreciate the beauty of hardwood. Hardwood. Okay. I no longer have the perspective control. Well, Jay, you gotta stop saying things. Well, I appreciate hardwood. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. This game's gonna have... I might play... Once this game fully comes out, I might genuinely play the game. And I feel like there's gotta be a lot of this button going around. Like that. I can definitely look around and see how wonderful this house is. Bam, bam. I do wonder what Mr. Axolotl is. If Mr. Axolotl is like someone who's actually present in the game, or is just the publisher's mascot, just like ooh, ooh, and that's it, and not really anything major other than that. For instance, this is a perfectly normal ceiling. There is nothing strange about having wall paneling, wainscoting. How do you pronounce that? Wainscoting? Wainscoting? Wainscoting on it. Ugh, my throat. Normal manors often have heavy wooden panels on their ceilings that might unexpectedly fall down at a moment's notice. Oh, there you go. YouTube gone wild again. That is correct, my lady. Though I would suggest you be careful where you stand. But, why? Is that the secret of the house? Does it destroy people by dropping unexpected wainscoting from the ceiling? Someone needs to tell me how you pronounce that word, because I feel like she's gonna be saying it a lot. That is mostly a matter of timing, and time is always relative. For all that servant speaks of time being relative, I feel that it is running out for me. So what can I do to extend the clock and learn what I need in order to protect myself? Perhaps I will learn more if I subtly show the servant I'm trustworthy. Speaking of timing, you can tell me anything at any time. I am very trustworthy. Indeed, chat, if you didn't know, the way to make yourself appear trustworthy to other people, in fact, to even strangers, is to explicitly say that you are, in fact, trustworthy. That would almost guarantee people believe that you are indeed trustworthy. No? People never tried it. How wonderful that you are very trustworthy. In which case, the secret of the house, yes, is that we barely have the wainscoting under control. Noted. You'll use that. Indeed, Pitch. You know, you never know these things in life. Good thing I'm here to play a game that will teach you how to do that. What will anyone do without me? I like, you know what I realized? I like making clips, but I don't think I've ever like posted any at all. I just like, I'll make clips. It's like getting into the habit. I've gotten into the habit of making clips, but I've never gotten into the habit of like posting the clips. One of them is definitely more important than the other, realistically speaking. I'll figure out I'll get to the next step, you know. This is more practice for the first step. The second step is something I'll get to at some point. What? It is very difficult to tend to places beyond my reach. I am both ashamed and impressed that you noticed my inability to serve. This is beyond my ability to respond to. Wait, ignoring their obsession with wainscoting, servant said we. Oh, did he know? Did they know? Did they? Is this my ability? My. Oh yeah, it is. Oh shit, it is correct. Is that we barely? I could also just press history, but you know what? I like scrolling. So there's more people here. I wonder if it's the people we saw in the opening, or would they come in slowly and carefully? This is my chance to discover something useful. That is not the only thing I have noticed. Ooh. By we, do you mean you and me? Like, this is just very like, by we, do you mean you and me? Are there others in this house? Do I want to be cheeky right now? I feel like, you know what? I'm gonna actively not go back to my answers. So I'm gonna like have to, talk through my answers right now just to make it clear why I choose them. Are there others in this house is definitely the more logical option. But I do feel funny that using it cheeky. By we, do you mean you and me? Yeah. By we, do you mean You and me? Are you flirting with me, servant? Look at them eyebrows. wait. Servant. Are you flirting with me, servant? Does keeping the wainscoting under control mean what I think it means? Wait, nudge. You servant, you sly dog, you servant. I am insulted, my lady. I would not dream of being anything but straightforward. Ah, god dang it. If I were flirting with you, I would tell you openly. Woo! You know what? Maybe we will go for the servant. I would say something obvious such as, in several hundred years, your bones will grow flowers as lovely as your long decayed flesh. You know, maybe we can go for the servant. Who knows? We'll see. We'll find out. I am apparently very lucky that you do not feel like flirting with me. I hope that my honesty does not confuse you. I am not sure I ever stopped being confused. However, I do appreciate you answering my questions. Unfortunately, all of servants' answers raise even more questions. I've just realized that I had no memory of this person when I arrived at the house. I just knew that they were a servant and treated them accordingly. When they called me a lady, it felt natural to give them orders. Yet, who was servant in the original novel? Was servant someone important to the tale? Or just one of the unnamed background characters? Surely, even if I was Lady Jane and could remember her past, Lady Jane could be forgiven for not remembering the name of a single servant, no matter how familiar they are with me. Unless they were her childhood nanny, her very young-looking childhood nanny. So, on a completely unrelated note, how do you feel about babies? Damn, Jane is moving fast with this one. Yeah, props to you, Jane. Well, props to you, person who's taking Jane's position here. But I don't know your name yet, so we're gonna call you Jane. So props to you, Jane. They eat almost as voraciously as rats at a corpse. That's not what I mean. That's a way to describe babies? Question mark. I no longer want to know if servant was Lady Jane's childhood nanny. I appreciate your colorful descriptions. Do you know what else I would appreciate? You know, servants, what else I would appreciate? Some food, some drinks, more information and knowledge, you know? The likes. Can you do that for me, servant? The secret to controlling ominous cushions? For context. You know what? It's much wilder without context. The secret to controlling ominous cushions. So, is servant the one who rode the carriage? No. Well, yes, actually, but I would like to first get some sleep. Surely there must be some place in this house that is not covered in wainscoting. With that one T, it does feel like it's more wainscoting rather than wainscoting. Chat, do you know how to pronounce that? I don't feel like checking it. But until someone says it correctly, I will stick with that. Surely there must be some place in this house that has a bed tucked in between the wainscoting. In that case, there is a room that might be of use for you. At this point, if it is full of neither... this is the most amount of times I've ever said wainscoting. Might be the only time I'll be saying wainscoting. Nor ominous cushions. I want you to lead me to it. I live to serve. Shall we indulge your tastes now, my lady? Whee! Look at us moving. Oh, shoot. I scrolled. I shouldn't be scrolling. Hold on. Sorry about that. I am definitely ready for something to taste. Let's just save this. What are we looking at? Why did we zoom in there? I feel like there's like two parts of this sentence of the word, and I think you only clarified one of them. Is it wings or wines? So far, that's the first. The second part, I get it now. I think it is caught. But like, what's the first part there? Is it wines or wains? Bruce Wayne. So it's wainscoting? Is that how you pronounce it? Wainscoting. I still don't know what that is, but like, you know, learn something new every day, I see. Yes, hell yeah. Knowledge gain, I guess. Nearly there, my lady. For some definitions of nearly and there. Man, servant here is truly covering all bases. Man is making sure his statement is 100% correct by making it as vague as possible and like covering all definitions by saying some definitions. So he's not entirely wrong. You know, servant here is entirely honest for some definitions of entirely and honest. An area of wooden paneling on the lower part of the walls of a room, or a drab yellowish to brown colored European moth. Those are two very different things. I will say that. Is what Google said, lol. Nearly there, my lady. For some definitions of nearly and there. It feels as if there should be many more rooms on this side of the manor. Yet there is only one door. This does not match the windows I saw from the outside. Even the lights I saw from the outside did not match the lights inside. Then once I came inside, those candles slowly lit up by themselves. However, at this point, I will be grateful if there is not a giant pit I must cross to reach the bed. Is this bedroom where I will be staying? Of course. Unless... Oh, whoa. Oh no, we control perspective. Who is that person? Oh. What is with that? Why was that picture? Why is that portrait suddenly like weirdly static? Whoa, static. Not static. Whoa. That picture's blinking. That picture's not just a picture. Say again. Whoa. Whoa. Alright, I'm gonna hide my face from there. Temporarily. Of course. Unless you prefer the hallway. Pardon me? Well, it is a beautiful hallway. Can you click on it? Hold on. You are welcome to stay in it as long as you like. Let me hide this. No, I can't click on it. I can't click on it. So long as you do not mind what comes out of the wallpaper when you close your eyes. I can't help but be distracted by the picture at the back there. Is there something else going around? Nope. Hold on, let's hide this again. No, it doesn't look like there's anything else. It's just a picture. It's actually moving. It's not even a picture. It's literally just... It's like a magic mirror. Serene. 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 I am serene. Ah, serenity. I wonder what that feels like. Oh, me too. Now that we have something in common, I should ask servants a question to better understand what is happening in this house. After all, I am supposed to be trapped in a bad romance. Whoa, 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 whoa. Caught in a bad romance. Not in a horror novel. Jane, I hate to break it to you, but like, you're kind of in the bit of both. Like, Look, we can try to make sure that we are in as a romantic novel as possible. Yet it is clear that there is something very odd about this manor, or perhaps about servants. I wonder who is this person in the picture, or is it if it's just a person in the picture. The clothing and hairstyle does make me feel like it's someone significant. There's a name here. I can't see. Servant, can you move? I want to see what the name person here. What's the person's name here? It's like, oh wait, hold on, it's gone. Yeah. Servant, I need you to scooch a bit over. Servant, can you do that, servant? I need you to scooch, just like just a little bit, just a tad to the right. You know. Can't see. All I see is to help me become serene. I have something I need to know. Oh. Merlina 1001. Merlina 1001? What does that mean? I feel like I need to write it down. Yeah, here you go again. Thank you. It's fascinating. Hello, Merlina. Do you notice me, Merlina? If you do, that is actually terrifying. I probably should not be staying here for long. STV notes. Merlina. Wonder what that means. Merlina 1001 is like, Lord, why is this house so unusual? Do you usually see things that are not there? Do you usually see things that are not there? Is that romance? Ah, damn. You know what? I know I just said, you know, fuck it, we're gonna go with this. This house is unusual. Shh, chat, you didn't see it. Is this house so unusual? Perhaps it is the other houses that are unusual and this house is as it should be. You know, I don't know what house is normal where the painting just constantly flashes into and back, kind of like having like steady static. Merlina, what are you doing, Merlina? What secrets do you hide? Ooh. Anyway. Now I am very sure this house is the problem. That is true. The house is both the problem and the solution. Perhaps more of a problem due to the lock situation. It's a European thing. Trust me, it's some IC. Hold on, there is a love button. Ah, it's still mysterious. The part of the gallery is currently mysteriously covered. Okay. It's a European thing. Trust me, it's normal. Oh, like what? Is it like the moving pictures? I see. Like in Harry Potter. I see. So, oh, so those are real. I see. Fascinating. Never knew that. The holographic. This camera. This is actually just a holographic card. If you move your head, if you look at it at a certain angle, you see something else. You look at it another angle, you see something else. Exactly. Ah, I see. Huh. You know, learn something new. Never been to Europe. So, you know, I'll trust you on this one. That is true. Oh, I've read this. What lock situation? When there are locks, sometimes one can get locked out of rooms. If you get locked out of a room, are you not supposed to speak? Are you not supposed to speak calmly? Since communication is key. If I ever get to playing this game, there's two buttons I'm gonna be playing on. One of them Jane. Truly the wittiest of the wittiest. Never mind. You are as witty as you are lovely. When you think about that, right? Unless you know what the other person thinks, like, this sentence is definitely a sentence that anyone can say. Regardless, it can be both. It definitely is the strongest, both a compliment or the sharpest insult. Because this second part here is fully dependent on the person's perspective of you regarding this section. Like, you are as bright as you are. God, what is this? What am I looking for? I don't know. Let's continue this. You are as. Let's just take this example. You are as witty as you are lovely. It's a compliment if the person does believe that you are lovely. But flip it the other way around. What if they don't think you're lovely, but they're just saying that? That implication feels the greatest insult, because no one knows if it is or not. And they can just say like, oh, I do believe you're lovely. Or you're not dumb. There you go, exactly. Jane, you get me? I am not sure whether or not I was just insulted. However, the only thing worse than being insulted is having to ask whether or not you were insulted. Exactly. See, Jay just, we just say exactly what it is. Thanks for pointing it out. So, as I definitely understood your clever words, I am now ready to sleep and think about how clever you were. What a coincidence. I am ready to stay awake and think about the same thing. You probably should sleep, Serpent. It's not good to stay up too long, too late. Oh, lost the camera moment. Then, while the evening is spread out against the sky, let us go. Again, so ominous, man. The door is so ominous. After you, my lady. I wonder if assassins is gonna come into our rooms and boom boom, then combat the twos. Well, I don't think that would be much of a combat, or maybe not the kind of combat we typically associate with combat. But maybe a combat mechanic exists. There was a bit of a combat mechanic early on as an introduction. I don't know if it's going to be present in the rest of the game. Or, yeah, my mouth. I don't know if the combat mechanic is going to be present for the rest of the game, or this is just them testing it out and just having a tiny little fun, like early on, but probably never going to be present again. We'll find out. So the bed is placed against the wainscoting. Were the builders unable to stop creating wainscoting long enough to make a space for somewhere to rest? Rest is temporary. Wainscoting is eternal. I don't know if you love the house or the wainscoting specifically, but you know what? Good on you. That seems like a design decision that will cause problems when wainscoting starts falling on people just trying to sleep. As I said, rest is temporary until it becomes eternal. Servant, you need to stop being ominous. I don't know who taught you to be this ominous, servant. Well, temporary or not, I need some rest. Although I would like to bathe first. While my thick coats of dirt and bruises might match the decorating here, I do not want to sleep in this charming outfit. What is that sound? Oh, that's a stomach growling. Whoa, that's loud. It appears I have another concern as well. Based on the noise of my stomach, I need some way to fill my hunger. The bath has been prepared and food is available to consume while you wash. Still, while the bath is available, I will not be joining you. Damn. Dang it. What? I cannot provide for all your appetites and needs. Excuse me? You are excused. Oh my god, this reminds me of the meme. Excuse me? You're excused. But I'm not your bra, Jade. Still, you will need to clean your body and thoughts on your own. Good evening, my lady. May you wake from your dreams. I am now afraid that if I blink, the room will disappear as servant did. I must find the bath before this happens. The room looks as if a depressed brothel mated with an army of wood paneling. This game has such a way with words. Where could a bath possibly be hidden in this space? That makes both more and less sense than I expected. What does that mean? I would like to know. Let's look at history. Can I look at history? I want to look at history. Oh, okay, there we go. The room looks as if a depressed brothel mated with an army of wood paneling. So I'm guessing that means it looks like a brothel, but it just has a lot of wood paneling on the walls? Probably. What could possibly be hidden in this space? I should probably save. I feel like if I don't save, I'm gonna die. So like save here. That makes both more and less sense than I expected. How did they even fit the bath in? Like there's too much. Yeah, I think that's more of what they're going for. Like it gives a brothel-esque vibe. Admittedly, I don't know how brothel is supposed to look like. But it gives a brothel-esque vibe. But it just has a lot of wood. It's a brothel with a lot of wood. Anywho, how did they even fit the bath in? You know what? Never mind. I'm just grateful to be able to clean myself. Where is the bath? It's like... At least the water is pleasant and does not seem to be ominous. Even if I can no longer see the blood I'm sure was on my hand and neck. Sounds like a busy day. Ayo. At least I'm able to become clean. You are still hungry though. Ugh, if only I could do as well for my stomach. Where did that food come from, and why is it being held by a piece of wainscoting? Is there anything here? No, it's just a mirror. I'm too hungry to care. I will be very upset if I am murdered by a frighteningly shiny apple and a wine glass full of apple juice. But at least my stomach will stop making terrifying noises. I see, they're drinking apple juice, guys. Well, at least that was food and not wainscoting in disguise. So what do I do now? Am I meant to wear these rags to bed? Am I meant to sleep undressed? Bow, bow, bow. Nah, I'm pretty sure he has clothing for you. That is definitely a nightgown. I'm going to assume it was hiding at the bottom of the wine glass. Although I am tired enough to have imagined the wainscoting dropping it in front of me. Hold on. I wonder if this house is alive in some sense. right? Or it's like a house that fulfills desires. Because apparently, from her perspective, the wainscoting has been like giving all her requests and desires, fulfilling those desires, needs, whatnot. I wonder if like the house itself is alive in a way, shape, or form. I am not too tired to realize this nightgown fits me perfectly. This is concerning. Why is there someone who knows so much about me when I know nothing about them? I still do not care. Those pillows look so comfortable that they can strangle me, and I will die smiling. It is time to sleep. Alright, chat. It's time to sleep. Good night, chat. See you next time. Why is it not moving away? Up, up, up. It's zooming out. It's zooming out. What am I supposed to see? Oh, look at that. She looks nice. Murder time. Indeed. That, sleep time is always murder time. You look at the clock. Oh, would you look at the time? It's murder. I hope my new dreams are kinder and less strange than the rest of my day. I feel, yeah. So far, the only aspect of the game that we haven't encountered or interacted with is the daytime. Previous stream, we've gone through strange time, which is what they call the time between day and night. Now we have gone through nighttime and also a bit of detective. We also have a bit of romance. So now, I guess next would be daytime. A scenic meadow. Bum 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 ba-dum. Truly scenic. A stunning beach. There's someone being hung. Oh no, that's just a tree. Don't worry about it. A magnificent forest. Do I have to choose? Where would you like to die? Hey, Paige, you might be right. This might be murder time. And I'm guessing I have to select. Nope, never mind. Why am I hearing? Why is there a horse-like? Why is there a a horse-like thingamajig going on around in the audio? I don't know if it's horse. It is metallic. Murder time! Yeah! Oh, never mind. Oh, look at that. It's the night. It's the moon. Say hi to the moon, chat. The moon is sleeping. It's daytime. So we are going to experience at least every single part. Oh, look at them eyes. Well, sorry, Paige. Seems like it's not murder time just yet. So I am unable to escape from this horror, even in my dreams. Is this meant to as an attempt at intimidation? No. Yeah, sorry, Paige. Sorry, chat. No murder yet. We'll get to it one day. Well, I do not respond well to intimidation. Or do I? I know I am trapped in a story I read, but it is hard to remember who I was before this. Perhaps I was affected by whatever hurt Lady Jane. No. If this is garbage, if I cannot remember my own past, must I be cursed with ominous warnings meant for someone else? Obviously, my tormentors do not know me very well. After all, even if I do not know myself well, I know one thing. Whoever I am, even if I am trapped in the body of the villainess, this story is determined to destroy. Wait, no, hold on. That's a very wrong pausing. That's very awkward pausing. Whoever I am, even if I am trapped in the body of the villainess, the story is determined to destroy. If you take away my arms, I will kick you. If you take away my legs, I will bite you. If you take away my teeth, my gums will make you bleed. I will not be defeated. I will find a way to escape this mad world. Woo! Exactly. You go, Jane. Good morning, world. Here I come. After I find some clothes that are not transparent in the light. Hold on, is it? You can't quite see it. You can't quite see the form. Granted, you don't. It's not drawn with the intent to be visible. But yeah, I believe that. Where should I go to find clothing? I suppose I could go back to look in the dresser. Or the wainscoting, I could just... Wait, or the wainscoting could just drop an outfit in front of me. Along with a large apple, in fact. Gobble, gobble, gobble. I am a little concerned about the house's obsession with providing me with apples. Is it saying I look like a roast pig? Regardless, I will save an apple for the future in case there is somewhere with no wainscoting to provide me with food, as impossible as it seems. This is honestly the most times I've ever said wainscoting in my life. At least I also now have a suspiciously well-fitting dress that will not suddenly tangle around my legs should I need to flee. The knight's gown was beautifully made, but delicate things are not very useful when fleeing for your life. I will be a champion fleer in this dress. Indeed, indeed. Oh, look at that outfit. Woo. Oh wait, is she actually? Is the oh damn the P and the? It's actually animating the breathing. Look, you can see at the side here. Whoop. And then fin. Breathe in, breathe out. Damn, details. Ooh. You wouldn't think this would be animated, but oh, I wouldn't think, at least. So before I flee, I need to find more information about Lady Jane Neville and the people who want to kill her. There is no point in fleeing this suspicious house if I just walk instantly into the arms of Jane Neville's former fiancé. Actually, do we know what the fiancé looks? Oh no, is that part of the mystery as well? Are we gonna bump? Is one of them the previous fiancé who's gonna try to murder us? But we just don't know who it is. Who knows? It might not just be Jane's fiancé who wants to murder her. At some point, I need to see if she just has a murderable face. Do you not have a window or a mirror to look through and just see your visuals? I don't know, man. I shall explore this house and see if I can find its mysterious other residents and subtly learn what clues they can tell me. You know, this is something I noticed. It's the servant bed. Nah, the servant might be the devil. Or maybe the axolotl, you know. But I don't think the servant would be the fiancé. Like, I feel like the servant would definitely be some kind of like ominous being. But probably not the fiancé. But yeah, so far, there is definitely different vibes between the three time slots, time zones, time periods. Yeah, between the three periods. Strange time feels like very, like, in between. I don't know how to describe it other than it feels like that's when the off vibe comes in. Nighttime is when it's just terrifying. And then daytime, if you listen to the music at daytime, you wouldn't think it's the same game. Look at it. It's so wholesome. It's so calming. Then I will flee in my very fleeable dress. It is so comforting to have a plan. Again, Merlina, what are you doing? Merlina, are you gonna be like a mirror on the wall lady who I can talk to? So where shall I go now? Thank you, door, for closing yourself. This house is definitely alive and haunted. This house is definitely alive and haunted. Merlina, are you possessing the house? Merlina, are you the house? Is this haunted house? Is this like the movie Haunted House? Is it called Haunted House? Haunted Mansion? No. It's the animated movie where the old man who lives in the house, who the house turns out to be his wife. Is Merlina the woman possessing the house right now? Woo. That was not at all unnerving. I assume the bedroom was glad to be rid of me. I can only hope that the rest of the house feels similarly. If so, I can hope that I can quickly find the other inhabitants and get the information I need. This is strange. I could have sworn this hallway had another entrance. Yet I only see the door to the bedroom. No, not Paranorman. I've never watched Paranorman before. I'm talking about... So, the premise of that movie is, like, two kids... Like, the whole... No. The premise of that movie is... There's an old man who lives in a crooked house, kind of like a rundown house. And then like two kids and like another other kid. 3 kids? I don't remember, 2 or 3. Enter the house because like the ball got lost inside it. But the house like eats kids, and it turns out the house is like the spirit, the house contains the spirit of the old man's wife. Is it Haunted House? Hold on, I gotta check. Monster House? Is it? Hold on. It might be. It feels very it's not claymation. It's kind of like one of those older animation and character model styles. It is Monster House. There we go. Yeah, exactly. Is Merlina the woman possessing the house? This is strange. I could have sworn this hallway had another entrance. Yet I only see the door to the bedroom. Perhaps if I go back to the bedroom, I will find another exit that I missed. And the bedroom is not going to open. Okay. Is this the magic door that leads to wherever I want to go? Why do I remember her name? You can see here exactly why I remember the name. The name keeps appearing, and then disappearing, and then reappearing, and then disappearing, and reappearing. Here, you can see it again. 101, Merlina. 101. You see where my mouse is spinning around right below her portrait? You see this? Yeah, Merlina. Do I type 1001 somewhere? I don't know. This looks strange. What is going on here? I thought the name was from Monster House, lol. This is not the bedroom. I do not remember any of the characters from Monster House. Hello? Is anybody here? None of this seems right. Oh no. Oh no, not perspective shifting. I'm gonna save. This is not a good. I repeat, this is not a good. I am afraid, I am terrified, I might die here. If I look around, this seems like a manor long deserted, not a house that is being lived in by multiple people. Oh. What is going on here? Oh no. The Crown Prince of Carcosa is behind that door. What will you do? How do I know he's the Crown Prince of Carcosa? What? Curtsy. Who is this voice in my ear? Am I supposed to show respect? It seems wildly ridiculous to curtsy to a door. There's a timer there. Sorry, I cannot speak through my thoughts there. But I don't think running would be entirely correct. Maybe. Perhaps the house is in the habit of naming its doors after royalty. I can probably afford a curtsy if it makes this situation stop. Serene. I must be serene. This is ridiculous. Obviously, I'm merely being blinded by wainscoting and need more rest. If I move closer to the door... I can see nothing unusual. Nothing unusual for this house, at least. How could Crown Prince of Carcosa possibly be on the other side of this door? Oh my god, it's the Crown Prince of Carcosa, I think. Why are we looking right at his lower half? That's a very specific location to look at. Jane, why are you looking at Jane, why are you looking straight to his crotch? Jane, calm down, Jane. You don't even know this person. Well, you know he's a crown prince, but like, damn. Oh my god, look at this dreaminess. Jane? Not Prince. Is that you? It is hard to see with all this light in my eyes. I recognize this man. This is Edmund Alpine. Alpin. We'll go with Alpin. I hope you are doing well, Jane, despite the recent problems. The Crown Prince of Carcosa. It is fitting that I only remember the handsome prince from the terrible novel, and not anything useful, such as whether or not he planned to smother me with ominous cushions. He did not appear to be smuggling ominous cushions when I carefully looked him over for security reasons. He's bringing weapons packed and ready. I am not prepared for this. What do I do now? Run away? Why? Why? Hello, Your Highness. Goodbye, Your Highness. Why though? Jane? The fuck? The fuck? I could have sworn that there was not a giant hedge in front of the manor. It was very dark last night. More importantly, I am a simple woman. When an ominous voice whispers choices in my ear, I expect those terrible choices to be honored. Forcing my body to run when I have chosen otherwise violates the spirit of ominous voices. Should I not have been allowed to curtsy so low my knees escaped from this stupid story? Think of my escaping knees. It appears you doubt my guidance. You didn't even give me guidance before I made the choice. Jeez. Well, would you be pleased to listen to an ominous voice in your ear? Point taken. Also, your advice is terrible. A good ominous voice would at least let me say something impressive, such as, "From the depths of oblivion, I curse thee," before I had to do something stupid. Bam. Whoever she was, she must have read a lot of books back then. You made me say, "Hello, your highness. Goodbye, your highness." How can I be a good villainess with such pathetic words? I wonder if this voice talking is the thing that's making us to play out as the villainess. The other thing is, would this actually save us from dying? Would playing along as the villainess save us from dying? Or save the villainess, if you will. That is not even addressing my ridiculous run. So you did not wish to run. I had no desire to run so far and hard with some other force controlling my body. Fine. The decisions are yours. You will realize the truth soon enough and wish you had run even farther. Whoa, who are you? You sound even more foolish. I see you over there, Mr. I don't know. I guess handsome is one way to say it. Granted, all the characters are definitely gonna be handsome. But like, I see you over there. You sound even more foolish now. Wee. Woo. Nobody could run any farther in skirts than I did. You should start running again if you want to continue running. Jeez. Woo. Peekaboo. Hide. Woo. Peekaboo. Hide. So I am finally free of voices and in a scenic hedge. Woo! Peekaboo! Oh no, still hiding. At least I can stop worrying about terrible romance novel fiancés until I catch my breath. Woo! Stop looking at people's crotches, girl. You should look at their faces and like... I don't know where you're supposed... Oh, hold on. I accidentally scrolled. You gotta look at it again. Girl, you need to look somewhere else. Well, to be fair, I won't blame her. But girl, that probably shouldn't be the first place you looked at. So you did escape the hedge, Jane? Who is this man and why is he covered in leaves? Wait, I know him. This is Izel Kuzay, Duke of the North. Duke of the North? Romance novels are terrible at naming places. Also, apparently, the only thing I remember from reading novels is descriptions of attractive men. That seems fair. And that is why it is important to determine whether it is a good hedge or a bad hedge before moving. You have to be careful about hedges, Jane. I do not want you to be hurt by a bad hedge. Somehow I have missed everything Lord Izel said. I will need to subtly change the subject to hide my inattention. Do you enjoy lurking in bushes, Lord Izel? Sometimes I have to do things that I do not enjoy in order to do things that I do enjoy. Though I wish these leaves would stop following me. Duke Izel's presence forces me to realize that my situation is even more confusing than I imagined. I was so sure that Prince Edmund was the former fiancé that I was escaping, especially since I was literally forced to escape from him. However, a Duke of the North who sneaks around in bushes is both suspicious and a good candidate for being a bad romance novel's made lead. Which of them was the fiancé who betrayed Jane and sent her into exile? Unless, could one of these men be the patron who helped Jane and me escape from prison to come here in the first place? Who is who? Is Prince Edmund a sparkly yet murderous fiancé, or an equally sparkly yet helpful patron? Is Lord Easel a suspicious hedgeman? Well, yes, but is Lord Easel also a former fiancé? Could he be my patron? How can I tell? Are you hurt, Jane? Did the bushes ambush you? Why am I surrounded by people who want my destruction? Probably because they are jealous of how hard you have been training. Pardon me? Jane, you have always been the hardest working person I know. Your enemies must have seen your efforts and grown jealous of you. They have? Then what should I do? Obviously, you must train hard to overcome all future trials. Luckily, I am here to help you. By the time I am done training you, no one will doubt you. Strength, brilliance, and cunning. You will overcome your every last obstacle. Does this strange Duke of the North not even know what the genre he is in? We are supposed to be in a bad romance, not an action-adventure series. Perhaps I should have fought harder to stay with the prince dressed like a human chandelier. You know what? You gotta choose someone, Jane. Maybe the servant. Good. Yet, that may be unfair. Duke Easel may not be quite as obsessed with training as he seems on first impression. Perhaps he has other sides to his personality. It is good to see you again, Jane. I have been waiting in these hedges for some time in the hopes of our next meeting. That's not a good thing to say, but sure. Well, at least he is not only interested in training and growing stronger, he is also obsessed with hedges. Having diverse interests is important. Yet this is still not helping me determine whether or not he is Lady Jane's fiancé, and whether he is training her to survive, or whether he wishes her to die in some sort of training accident. Still, I do not remember any male leads in romance novels being so focused on hedges. Then again, I do not remember any romance novels at all. Perhaps romances are mostly centered around hedge care? Unfortunately, I do not think the ominous voice is going to help me run anymore. So I have no easy way of leaving this situation. So how should I answer this hedgeman, who could be either friend or foe? Oh, butterfly. Oh, romance opened. So you wish to know more about love? You seek me as your tutor. Your trust in strangers and talking objects is, noted. I have created a gallery that will provide what you seek. You will be able to judge affection through writing, portraits, moods, and numbers. After all, you love to see success in every form. Do you consider success to be bringing happiness or misery? Your pleasure is your choice. What story will you tell? Or what story will be told of you? Whee! What is this sound? Perfectly neutral. You are not happy with the state of this gallery? You wish for more options? Woo! So dynamic. Perhaps you need some further explanation. Yes, I do. I don't get it. This is Duke Easel Kuzey. Never mind. Why bother showing the entire man when the only part you care about is the face? I know what you value. And here is where you can discover the effects of your choices. Wonderful. Let me know. In this very special gallery, those who are capable of receiving love will show you how they feel about the actions of Jane Neville. For instance, how do you think Duke Izel feels right now about Jane's actions? Plain. Of course, Jane has not taken any actions yet. That is why this answer should be easy. Neutral. Duke Izel feels neutral about Jane's non-existent actions towards him. Thank you, disembodied voice. I wouldn't have known it otherwise. Fine. Why do we not see what happens if Jane performs an action that makes Duke Izel feel happier? Is that not an incredible difference? Can you not see the joy beaming from his face? I feel like Duke Izel is like me, who in a typical setting sometimes doesn't necessarily show happiness on his face. I get you, Mr. Duke Izel, sir. I get you. Perhaps Duke Izel's expressions are not as informative as we could hope. In which case, I have helpful numbers and instructions to share with those less perceptive than myself. Whee! Like all good galleries, we have a helpful explanation of the portrait to help those with less understanding of arts. As you can see, it currently says that Duke Izel feels perfectly neutral should an action be performed that makes him happy. Izel Kuze is one part happy. The writing will show the change in his mood, adding or subtracting the amount he is happy. Ah, so it's numerical. If something's numerical, then you can optimize. Dun dun! Yeah, I won't optimize it just yet. There will also be signs shown at the time a choice is made, depending on whether or not you wish to watch a story play out or be a true detective. You are still complaining about your lack of options, are you not? Very well. I live to serve. While this exhibit is not yet uncovered, you will find a portrait for it soon enough. However, these portraits will not last forever. The choices made will determine who is capable of being loved, and who will have a curtain drawn over their future. Choose wisely, and remember. Save the villainess! Yes? No? Okay, no, never mind. So, how should I answer this henchman, who could be either friend or foe? How do you know what? Let's go with friendly. Let's all just be friendly for now. How do you plan to train me? Jane, I am glad you are ready for training again after all that has happened. We will work to show your speed, strength, and cunning to all around you. No one will dare doubt your abilities. Unfortunately, Duke Izel appears to be saying that I am surrounded by my enemies. And he is probably right. If that is the case, I really do need to train to get stronger. There are likely far too many people out to dismember me because of Lady Jane's villainous ways. I should thank Duke Izel for the excellent modding. Thank you, Duke Izel, for letting me know about this threat. I will try to become more difficult to dismember. Perhaps that will prevent future blades from reaching me. Oh, if you have already had some blades pierce through you, it is all the more important to practice dodging. Obviously, my problem is that I have not spent enough time dodging. Do you know where I can find a tutor? I am more than willing to help you practice your skills, Jane. After all, I am very good at dodging and piercing. Ooh, gee, Mr. Izel, sir. That is very good dodging. Whenever you are willing to see my piercing skills, I have my tool at the ready. But we should not yet talk about sheathing hard weapons within you or anyone else. I see why she calls this bad romance. Granted, it's probably obvious early on, but like I can see why it's a bad romance novel. But you know, maybe not bad, but like, it's very clearly like, how do I say this? It's a right thing from what you expect from a bad romance novel, but it is playing into for the story. So I'm curious. There are far more important tasks before we start trading together. I have a list. Well, I had a list. Did you lose it among the bushes or when pricking soft women while training them? I do not prick women. I have never yet pricked a woman. After all, I am yet unmarried. Waiting till marriage. I see. And I have been very careful about doing my business in these bushes. What? Excuse me, what bushes? What business? I knew I had my list somewhere up my sleeves. Go to Jane's Manor, find Jane. Oh. Yeah, you kind of, well, yeah, no. I see the list. The list is indeed informative. I see, indeed. Go to Jane, find Jane, solve problems. Yep, I think you've already, you need to get to step 3 though. As you can see, there is only one step left. Duke Izzle, I am morbidly curious about what the solve problems part of the list means. Are you here to help me? Am I the problem you are solving? Are you here to help me? Do I want to continue? I don't know. I know I just said, but here's the thing with me and visual novels. When you can see, maybe I shouldn't allow myself to see the options. Am I the problem you are solving? I don't know what the difference between the sentences be. I guess you like playful from that. So that means I guess he likes playful-ish sentences. Love. 2 parts happy. Nice. Look at that. Look at him. Very happy. I guess it doesn't matter at the moment. He's only 1 part happy, so it's fine. Am I the problem you're solving? You are always so clever, Jane. I wrote entire lists about your brilliance. It is nice that Duke Izzle thought enough of me to include me in all 3 steps on his list. I will do my best to not like jump too far back. So if I decide on a decision, we'll continue. However, I should probably subtly see if he is as sneaky as his excellent hiding skills suggest. What else might be concealed in those cleverly chosen words on his list? That list says problems, not problem. What else are you solving other than me? Jane, you are the cleverest person I know. How did you notice there were multiple problems? I am very good at reading. Of course you are. You have discovered my secret about the problems. The truth is, yes, I do not know what all the other problems are yet. But my list will reveal its secrets to me once I am able to handle the truth. After all, my father taught me to always listen to the hearts of the list. Since you have found one of the truths in the list's hearts, I should adjust the list to show what you discovered. What? Let us officially add you to the list. What do you mean by that? No, bad. Go to Jane's, find Jane, solve problems, Jane. Can I have the list? Maybe the list? Can I have the list, Mr. Izzle, sir? Now, all we need to do is follow my list and the troubles will be over very soon. I see. I do not see. I think oh, Axolotl, mister. I think I'm more confused than when I started, frankly. Obviously, what I need to do is find a subtle way to learn more about what he is intending. I am impressed by plans. Your list is incomplete. Ooh. Would he like me to say that I am impressed, or would he like me to be aware that his list is incomplete? But this feels like I'm pointing out that his list is incomplete. I'm impressed by your plans. I am impressed by plans. Since you make so many plans, you are very impressive. I do think I am very good at plans. Thank you for noticing. As an investigative genius, I was able to deduce your interest in lists as well. I always enjoy discussing plans and lists. I have a list of all my plans and a list of the lists of my plans. It does mean I have less space for clothing, but luckily my father's old clothes can fit well under the papers. Come to think of it, I probably need a list of what lists I put the clothing under. It is very hard to find socks now. Wait, what? Why do you need lists for... Well, otherwise the sofa keeps eating them. You have to have enough lists that if a sofa is attacking you, you can fight them off with a spare list, so that they do not eat your... Why? Is there actual mimics in this game? Like, so far, the previous stream, we had to fight like a ominous cushion. Then we're talking about pillows, and now sofas. Are all the soft things like very ominous? Make sure not to get the list and the finger confused. My uncle made that mistake. That is why they call him three-toed bald kuze. So somehow when he put out his finger, he said, no, but he lost the plan for keeping people from noticing his hair loss. I am so glad you understand how important it is for plan for luxurious hair. That is something important to remember. I am glad that you are smart enough to understand my plans, Jane. Look at my very complicated list and how much I've done. I went to your manor, I found you. Now I solve problems. It is a little more challenging to have you on the list as well, but I will find a way to make it work. Like that time we decided to learn how to do sword dancing. Woo woo woo. Are we dancing now? Wee 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 wee. Sword dancing? We trained in sword dancing? Do you not remember when we decided to learn sword dancing? Of course I do. How could I forget that unforgettable time we decided to learn sword dancing? We're gonna die here if we made a bad choice, are we? Save. Of course I do not. What kind of romance novels feature sword dancing? I'm going to accidentally murder myself if he hands me a sword. How can I possibly pretend to be Jane Neville, who, frankly, seems more amazing by the minute? All I need to do is be subtle, and I should be able to avoid his suspicions. Yes, sword dancing, my absolute favorite hobby. It is unfortunate that we do not have any swords to practice it again. Sword dancing would have been such a great part of our training regime. However, I am sure we can cope with this disappointment bravely. Very bravely, extremely bravely, with graceful bravery almost to the height of the house's wainscoting. You like sword dancing, Jane. But after we destroyed the gazebo, the hedge, and your father's beard, you told me that you never wanted to see me pricking anything ever again. And then you added, no swords either. Whoops, Jane, you fucked up. Jane, you fucked up. But if you like swords... Oh no, he's gonna add swords to the list. Sword dancing. This will be very helpful for solving problems. I am sure it will. Was the problem with that list truly the lack of sword dancing? I will obviously need to sharpen my investigative genius if I hope to survive in Jane Neville's body. Who knew romance novels involve so much sword dancing? I suppose that sword training makes sense given how many enemies a villainess must have. Let us hope that Isol's cunning plan is not to have me murder myself. I am excited to see your sword handling skills again. Wink wink, nudge nudge. In any case, moving away from my overwhelming passion for training with large dangerous objects, would you like to go into the house, Duke Isol? It must have been a long ride here. Surely you need to rest and refresh yourself. Then, while he is resting and refreshing, I can go to the stable, steal his horse, and ride away to safety. If I am going to live up to Lady Jane's reputation as a villainess, this is the best way to do it. After all, I truly do not want to demonstrate my non-existent sword dancing skills. Even if Izzle does plan to train me, it would be hard to continue training sword skills that do not exist. Wait, no. I thought I already clicked and it continued. Oh, I understand. When I want something, I think everyone else wants that same thing too. If you're hungry, Jane, I will go make sure that food is prepared for you. We will always work up quite an appetite together. I will brave the hedge for you, Jane. I will make sure I can feed your appetites. Whee! There he goes. I do feel a little sorry for Duke Izzle. No, Izzle, since he keeps calling me Jane. He is very earnest and obviously not as subtle as I am. I wonder if his angelic face and sweet words hide something more sinister. Perhaps it is time to think things over. So far, I have seen 2 men on this estate. It makes sense that one of them will be Jane's fiancé and the other her patron. So is the very relatable and normal Izzle Jane's helpful patron? Is he her cruel fiancé? How can I possibly tell? Especially without letting these men know that I do not remember Lady Jane's past. How can I tell without letting them know I am not Lady Jane? What will these men do if they realize I am not Lady Jane? I think I need to find a horse to steal. To the stables! I just need to find the stables first. Were the stables always at the end of this pathway? Never mind. If life makes it easier to steal a horse, you do not ask too many questions. We're going in. The next dialogue screen to pop up. Oh, we are at the stables. Woo. There are no horses though, which sucks. We're looking and there are no horses. We are getting a bigger scope of the world. So maybe we'll find something interesting. Unfortunately, I do have an early schedule to abide by tomorrow. So, despite still not finishing, we're gonna have to call it here. The issue with tomorrow, right, is I might not be able to stream. Depending on how work ends up being. If I can, I think I'll continue with this. If I can't, I do still I think I do plan to play a different game on Tuesday. Like, at least start a different game on Tuesday. Tomorrow, if I can stream, I'll still continue it. I'll probably continue it. And then Tuesday, I'll start a new game. I am surprised by how far a demo can actually go. I'm pretty sure we've played more than 3 hours and the demo is still continuing. How long is the demo typically is? Like a polished demo. Oh well, anywho. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna end it here. Unfortunately, I don't think I can spend too much time. I have an early day tomorrow that I need to leave early. Appreciate you guys for being here. I'll update in my post, maybe Twitter, if I can stream tomorrow. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Appreciate you guys for being here. I'll see you guys whenever I see you. Beep! Bye bye. Why is my mouth not moving? There we go.